everyone, welcome to another episode of The O Show. I'm O and I'm here for your amusement. Okay, you guys, I am very excited about this one because this is one of my favorite holiday specials to watch growing up as a kid. It actually aired back in 1987, and you know what? It didn't really air a lot after that. Luckily, I was all about the VCR at the time. I was the only one in my household who knew how to work one. So I recorded it, and I had it on VHS, and I used to just watch it over and over and over again around Christmas time. I probably watched it here and there during the summer because I didn't care. But this is a Muppet Family Christmas. And this one was super awesome because it's actually one of the first, if not the only time, that you got Jim Henson's Muppets, just like Piggy and Kermit and all of them Muppets, the Muppets from Sesame Street, and also the Muppets from Fraggle Rock. And they're just all in the same place at the same time. Hey, let's talk about this. So, the special starts off with Fozzie, who is driving a truck with a whole bunch of Muppets riding along. You got Kermit in the front seat. Everyone's kind of in the back with the band as they're singing a festive Christmas song. And they are actually on their way to Fozzie's mom's house in a farmhouse. They don't really say where it's at, but whatever. So he's actually going to visit his mom and bring all his friends with him and didn't bother to call or anything, right? So we learn while the special is going on that his mom was actually on her way out of the house to get on a plane to go to California. She's been taking surf lessons and stuff, and it's really funny. So all of a sudden he knocks on the door, says surprise, and she's like, "What the? What are you doing here?" But also too, since she was going to be gone, she was actually renting out her house to Doc. And who's Doc? Well, if you're a Fraggle Rock fan, Doc was the man that the Fraggles house was in, and he had the dog Sprocket. So Sprocket's there too. You got, oh my God. So he's like, I rented this place out to have a nice family, quiet Christmas, which I don't understand because he has his own house. So unless he just don't want to get messed with the Fraggles, I guess. But maybe I think you're supposed to forget about that. You're supposed to forget that he has his own house. It's just forget I even said anything. So he's pissed off. He's legit man, I rented this place to have a nice family Christmas or quiet Christmas. So, as the Muppets are all coming in, she's like, well, we got to find room for everybody because fuck our plans, okay? My damn son showed up unannounced, and we got to deal with it. So, that's pretty much what's happening. So, pretty much at this point, you see, again, Fozzie, Kermit, Animals there, the band's there, so Gonzo, and one person who is obviously missing is Piggy. Where's Piggy? Well, throughout the show, she's actually somewhere else doing a photo shoot and shopping. So there's multiple times where she calls the house, which, as I do, I have problems. Questions I used to ask myself as a kid, wait, how did she do that? Because, she was supposed to ride with them to the house, but then she has the phone number. So I'm just guessing someone gave her the phone number. So that's why she has the number. So, okay, whatever. So that's where Piggy is. She's slowly starting to get her way there, but we will come back to her later. As the show goes on, we got, they find home movies of when the Muppets had their first Christmas, which is pretty much a Muppet Babies home movie. So we get to see Gonzo and Piggy and Rolf and just all of them as babies, just like a Muppet Babies that was out at the time. So that was exciting. Swedish Chef shows up. He's going to cook the Christmas meal, and he invited a turkey to the party. So this turkey comes in with an attitude. And him and Gonzo are getting into it. Gonzo's like, get the fuck out. He's going to eat you. Or, well, we're going to eat you. He's going to cook you. And this guy's like, whatever, I'm on vacation. So him and Gonzo are getting into a fight when Kermit hears carolers. And that is when we see the whole Sesame Street gang coming down the hill, and they're singing a medley of songs, and yeah, and then they all fucking come into the house. Mind you, too, there's this like running gag about an icy patch in front of the door. So anytime anyone like as a Muppet, you know, they're coming and they go whoop because they slip on the icy patch because everyone keeps forgetting to tell people about it. But it's funny when you're a kid, whatever. So anyway, we got the Sesame Street gang inside. We got Bert and Ernie is of course like embarrassing Bert as always. They're doing like a Christmas Carol. No, not Christmas Carol. The Christmas Story. And Bert is the wife, all dressed up in a nightgown. It's really funny. So anyway, the storm is getting worse outside, right? And now you're asking me what storm? Well, there's a storm happening outside. It's starting to get like really bad after the Sesame Street gang shows up. And Kermit, of course, is worried about Piggy, and they do a little cutaway, and she's stuck in the snow with her driver. Yeah. So Doc is now at this point, like after having an attitude about everything, he's now like, okay, you know what? I'm starting to become friends with these guys. Like, yeah, at first I was annoyed, but the more and more he gets to know people, the more and more he's like, okay, whatever. So he sees that Kermit's really worried about Piggy, so he's like, well, I'll go outside and go find her for you. Like, what does she look like? And Kermit's like, well, she's a pig. Cute. Alright, so, now at this time, Robin, first of all, Robin's at someone's house all up in the basement in people's business. So he says, Kermit, I found a Fraggle hole in the basement. So they go down there, and I guess Kermit says, if we ever find a Fraggle hole, we'll explore. So I like how they're leaving the party to go explore this lady's house in a Fraggle hole, but, you know, whatever. So, yeah, so they find the Fraggles, and they're telling them, like, hey, this is Christmas time. They're like, what the hell is Christmas? And they explain it. They're like, oh, yeah, we have that. We give each other, like, these pebbles every year. There's a pebble that's been passed around 37 times. So, anyway, song, and then they all go their separate ways. Okay, so, what happened next? Wait, hold on, let me think. Okay, yeah, so the snow starts to die down, and it's a peppermint martini, you guys. Okay, look, so the snow starts slowing down, right? And Doc appears on a sled with Piggy riding in it. So I guess he found her in the snow, and she had a costume for him and everything. And so Piggy's all nice and safe. So they sing a song, and then they come in. Her and Kermit are side by side, and guess what happens, y'all? They slip on the icy patch. Yeah, she got it right. They don't make you forget about that damn icy patch. So anyway, now that everyone is there and safe, they do their annual Christmas caroling. So there's legit like a 7-minute just medley of songs, which I love. I can sing. I'm not going to because I'll probably get copyrighted, but and we'll come to that later. Yeah, I learned a lot of Christmas songs this way. There were songs I never even heard of, and now I know because of this special. But yeah, it's really cute, and it's an hour, y'all. It's really cute, and at the very end, at first I didn't know who this man was, and I thought about it as a kid, like they're like a stranger in the house. But Jim Henson is actually in the kitchen at the end after they do their little carol sing, and he's in there with Sprocket, and he was like, oh, you know, they're having a good time. I love when they have a good time. And he goes, well, someone has to wash these dishes. And then he starts washing dishes. Like, it's a really cute cameo with him. But, okay, the movie's over. We're done talking about that. But I like the fact that, like, looking back on it as I got older, I was like, well, that's actually really cool. Like, all your creations are in one place, and then you come in, and I don't know, just something with him saying, like, I like when they're happy. Like, I don't know, it's just a weird feeling. Like, that's your creation. You are famous because of them, and you're able to put together this program and just have them all together. Now, they've been plenty of new Muppets and things created after his passing. So that would kind of be kind of cool to not do something like that, but just to kind of see after all these years, like what his creations like led to after all these years. But anyway, so back to the movie. So you know what? Years later, because they stopped showing this on TV after, I swear, I think they only aired it like one time. It might have aired a second time. But like I said, I had it on tape, so I didn't care. If y'all missed it, you missed it. But it is available right now on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube gods. Okay. And I'm very appreciative of it. Like, I was waiting for me to either have kids or nieces and nephews. I have yet to show them because they're usually not around on Christmas long enough for me to show them stuff. But it actually is on YouTube and uncut. Now, when I say uncut, it is like, I think someone's actual like recording on TV because it's like an Oshkosh Bagosh commercial in one of the viewings online. But so like when I was a teenager, I found a VHS of it for sale, which I didn't buy because it was in one of those Suncoast videos in the mall, and they had the nerve to try to charge it was like almost $30. I was like, I'm not paying that. And then I'm glad I didn't, because to find out later, it's not a complete version of the movie because our friend Copyright comes into play, and not a lot, but some songs had to be removed because of copyright issues. So I actually did one time see a version of it. I don't know how. It was probably online or something. I got to watch it online or something, and it was the edited version, and it drove me crazy because I've watched that special over the years, like so long. I pretty much know the story, like what scene is coming next, who's in that scene, what the Muppet says, and you know, you're waiting for something, and all of a sudden, boop, it gets cut, and it skips a scene. And you're like, wait, it's driving me crazy. So, unfortunately, if you're not familiar with it like I am, it probably won't bother you if you watch it now with like your kids. It'll probably just go over your head. You might think like, wait, how do we get from this to this? But yeah, it's uncut. So again, someone, thank you very much, whoever did it. It is on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing from beginning to end with all the songs. All right, everyone. So that was A Muppet Family Christmas. Now, I say it like that because I don't want to get it twisted, because there's actually multiple Muppet Christmas movies, and it's kind of easy to confuse them all. So this is A Muppet Family Christmas, not to be confused with A Muppet Christmas Carol. Then you have It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie. And then there's A Muppet Christmas Letters to Santa. There's a lot of Muppet Christmas things out there. So this is the Family Christmas. The Family Christmas is the one with all the Muppets in it. So hey, have you ever seen Muppet Family Christmas? Let me know in the comments below. Are you interested to check it out? Maybe show your kids. I know, like, there's a new version of Muppet Babies out there. Sesame Street's still going on. Fraggle Rock was it HBO? I remember growing up, I didn't have HBO, so I had to catch Fraggle Rock however I could. Or when I went to go visit my family in Mississippi, they had cable. But I thought they said there was like either a reboot or some kind of new Fraggle project was supposed to be being worked on or coming out or something. I don't know. But anyway, let me know again in the comments your thoughts about it. So in the meantime, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next festive episode. So until then, TTFN. Ooh.